Welcome back to My Hero Academia Anime Review, episode 47. This one I'm talking about, the newest episode of the anime, Let the Festival Start. Let It Flow, School Festival, and that's the 86th episode of the anime, and the 217th chapter manga, Inheritance. Yep. Oh, yeah, even though it's been a couple weeks, apparently, yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. Okay, so either Funimation is trying to release these things every couple of weeks, or that they're trying to finish this up. Because there was an article released just today that because I was wondering like when was the new dub released? Like, oh, we're gonna release it at 11 o'clock, like they did 2 weeks ago. Okay, this episode is the conclusion to the school festival arc, which was not very long. It started from episode 81. It wrapped up at episode 86. It was roughly a 15 episode arc. 15 chapter arc for the manga, but 6 episodes in the anime. Yep. Now, this one adapts the last 3 chapters of the arc, chapters 181 to 183. With the exception of like cutting out like the first panel of chapter 181, it's mostly a pretty faithful adaptation. Now, the opening sequence is similar to how they presented the manga, that it's mostly a lot of wording changes. Okay, in the manga, basically, General Grandma says, "I surrender." In the anime, this of course isn't in the English dub. He says, "I'm turning myself in," and Guardhound is like, "Why are you turning yourself in for?" Because of course he mentions that he's a streamer, and the fact that he tried to do something. Though of course he tells him, "Don't arrest LeBrava. This is all my doing." Yeah, and of course, well, Deku himself basically comes in just right after that, explains, yeah, he did fight him. It was a minor thing, so it's perfectly fine. So, Junior gets hauled off, and you don't see him again until like the post-credit scene of the episode. Yes. Not until the post-credits is when you finally see the man. Yeah, he's absent the rest of the episode. And then we have the school festival. Of course, Deku's being late. Of course, Ariel's there waiting for Deku. Of course, everyone's wondering where he is. Of course, they have that performance that they've been teasing. Now, the anime, they made a couple minor changes here. In the anime, they actually add an actual song here because in the manga, all you get is reactions from the crowd and you don't know what they're singing. Here, it's a pretty dang good song. I don't remember the name of the song, but it's really enjoyable. And we see Deku basically picking up an Oriyama and doing the whole disco ball thing like he's supposed to because, of course, Eri disappeared. Eri, of course, afterwards gave her reactions to it. Of course, Deku had to talk to All Might about afterwards. This is actually a bit of extension from what they did in the manga. It's actually a bit longer in the anime than it is in the manga. This scene, this little like minute and a half sequence, was roughly 2 panels in the manga. Yeah, 2 panels. It's like we have Deku talking to All Might, and then we have Guardhound chewing, just being mad at him. Of course, they do make one small change here. Guardhound actually throws Deku to get him to leave. In the anime, he just runs away. That's a minor change, and of course, you see him basically growling at All Might afterwards. All Might basically sort of scolds him for not answering his phone. Yeah, because he was late, because he kind of forgot. Of course, Guardhound reminded him that he is, even though he's a student, even though he has virtual license, he's also a student. He should rely on us for help. So he goes off. Of course, they have to clean up all the ice. And Menta basically is really anxious to get this cleaned quickly because of one reason. The beauty pageant. Which, mostly put, I would say the only... Now, they do make the sequence a bit longer in the anime than in the manga. Because first we have Tajiro. Now, her sequence, basically, she's from Class 1B. Her sequence is pretty quick. Like her showing off her martial arts, basically showing off her breaking some boards. It's very similar to the manga. Not much change here. And then we have the woman from support course. Yeah, we have her basically using her robot version of herself, going bigger. Not much to that. Neja, basically, this I thought was really good. The anime made this looks so good in the anime because in the manga it's quick, like couple panels. It's really quick. In the anime, it's like a full minute. Basically, her showing off her skills of flying and, of course, performing this giant rose in the air. And then, of course, when they have the boat, and then she wins. Now, they do make a minor change here. She is declared the winner, but they don't show her wearing the beauty pageant crown like they do in the manga. Yeah, it's a minor thing, but I don't think it will hurt anything at all. Nope. And then pretty much after that, we have them just check out the various stuff for, well, the event. Also, the concert. Yeah, the amount of people that's shown there, it's exact. They do cut out the appearance of President Mike from this particular scene. Yeah, it's like they edit him out, and you hear his voice, but you technically don't see him. Which, okay. My only guess is the reason why I did, because he probably didn't necessarily need to show him. I mean, in the case of anybody who's watched the anime, they can probably tell, yeah, that's President Mike talking. Of course, now I should point out, though, the current actor who's voicing him is not the original voice actor. Yes, from what I heard, this voice actor is Sonny Surratt. Yeah, and unlike other characters he's voiced, this character is not a coward. Yeah, he is very much in character. It seems like he's having a blast voicing this character. Because when we think of Sonny Surratt, people think of a lot of the time, a lot of the characters in the voice tend to be very cowardly characters. I mean, here's some examples. Krillin from Dragon Ball Z, Usopp from One Piece, or King Clover from Black Clover. Those are some examples of cowardly characters, like characters with cowards, and Sonny Surratt fits the bill. President Mike himself is not a cowardly character. It's one of those rare times you can see him not voicing a cowardly character. That's typical trait for him. Yeah. And also he's got people from, I'm not sure, it was from a business course, whatever, where they basically apologize for stuff they said, and they just run off, you don't see him again. And of course, well, and of course they do add this thing. They do a flashback to Earjack's, like when she first was applied to join the UA. This scene is completely anime original, but it makes perfect sense to be here. We show her basically telling her parents that she wants to become a hero, and they fully support her. Yeah, they don't have anything against her. I mean, she still knows her music, just basically, yeah, despite her parents' musicians, she wants to become a hero, which they're okay with that. They want their, like, from what I can tell, they want their daughter to succeed whatever she wanted to do. And become a hero basically is a good thing to do that. And here's something I thought was interesting though when I was watching it. Her mother she looks exactly like her mother. Which this is one of those rare times in anime where a lot of the time, now this is nothing unusual for anime to do this, where women are almost spitting images of their mother. This is not the only time I've seen this. Well, I'll see this in My Girlfriend's a Slutty Virgin, where the main character's love interest in that series is a spitting image of her mother, not only in appearance, but also demeanor. We also see this in the Boruto Next Generation series, where Himari is a spitting image of her awesome mother, Hinata. I don't know if that was the case for Hinata, where she looked like her mother, because the thing is, her mother was never mentioned in the series at all. Yeah, but it does usually happen where sometimes characters do look like female characters look almost exactly like their mothers. And here's something also you might find interesting. Occasionally you might find it where the boys are sort of almost spitting images of their mother, but in boy form. Look at, let's say, Bakuto, for example. He looks almost exactly like his mother, except he's a boy. Another example of this is Gohan, where he looks almost exactly like his mother as well when he was a little kid. Those are just some examples. And yeah. So after they have various stuff for the school festival, like a haunted house, Nops, of course, get a bit montage for that. And then we have Ariel leaving off with, like, her, of course, you have Deku giving her a candy apple, which he actually made himself, because apparently because Lemillion basically mentioned he looked everywhere, couldn't find a place that sold them, but Deku made them. He says he had everything but the food coloring. Lucky enough that the sugar hero basically he had some with him, so and she loved it. So I'll see you again, and it'll be a surprise very next episode, because the next chapter opens like in a shocking fashion when it comes to Eri. Yep, and that would be the end of the episode. Then we have the credits, and then we have the post-credit scene, where we first saw it. Now, this scene is presented almost exactly the way it is in the manga, where you have LeBron. Well, they do make some minor word changes here. First, you have LeBron bringing interrogate checks. She was brainwashed, and then you see cut the gentle criminal, which, yeah, they do some minor wording changes here, but like him revealing that he might be in love with LeBrava. Here's thinking about LeBrava, but despite making her look like a little girl, she's actually about 21 years old. He's like 32, but it's not icky. And he's like, yeesh. Of course, people might think that for LeBron because he's short, but feels mutual. And he's like asking, of course, the scene ends with, "Would you like some tea?" He says, now in the manga, he says, "I like some black tea." And the detective says, "You'll have some plain. All we have is plain black tea. All we have is old tea." In the anime, he says, "I would like some Earl Grey." And the detective says, "You'll have what tea we have." Which I thought was kind of hilarious. The fact that because Undercover was known for drinking a lot of tea, that he would actually do this. Yep. But this episode was pretty good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Definitely looking forward to next week's episode, which we start the Pro Heroes arc. Yeah, an arc that is only 10 chapters. And next episode is going to basically adapt the start of it. I would say, from the look of it, I'd say the first chapter or two, I'd say. It just depends exactly what they're going to adapt for next episode. Unknown if it's going to release next week or not, because this episode came out the dub for this one came out 2 weeks after the last one, but just gotta wait and see for that one. So yeah, now move on to the news chapter of the manga, where we see President Mike carrying out the doctor. He's like running around, and apparently he presented this theory about 70 years ago about the paranormal singularity theory, which everyone thought was complete nonsense, and now basically we have nowadays the quark singularity theory is considered forensic reserve cults. So he basically talks like a lot of this chapter, like about talking with Todoroki, and even see Todoroki looked like a flashback to his childhood, ish. We see him like walking like some past memories. He's like, "Where am I?" And then he sees his adorable little sister. Yep, his sister, Hina. And I should have done it. This is one said to be a secret. And then we see his beautiful mother show up, despite the fact she's supposed to be dead. Yeah. You have your eyes all wicked. And then we see him as a child. Yep. And then we see his abusive father, who he turned to dust anyways. And then we see All For One. It's like, "Master, you look like Todoroki to me now. Give the original to Terumo Todoroki." Yeah, actually, this is not All For One. This is Warp Gate. Yep. And of course, the image of his family basically have holes in the back. And well, then we have another person basically with his hand in the face. And then we see him just walk past that, reject who he is. And look like he's something happened to him. And then chapter ends seeing Bakudo, Deku, Shudo, just evacuates, and he's sensing he's coming. He's coming. Probably Todoroki's coming. It's possible. Yeah, this could be quite interesting. It's nice to see Deku again. First time in a few chapters we last saw him. But yeah, at least he got some dialogue this time, like the last time he showed up, where he basically showed up for a quick cameo. And he's the main character of the series, and yet he get no dialogue. Yeah. Good chapter. Give this chapter roughly a 9 out of 10. Really good chapter. Okay, so that's it for this particular review. My next review is going to be on the newest chapter of One Piece, and then I'll talk about Demon Slayer, which I'll have an announcement related to that, which I was quite surprised about this particular relation to this chapter about the series. I'll talk about this, but next, One Piece. Okay, see you next video. Bye.